Today we are going to be vlogging a very special event, which is probably going to be a 24-hour event. We have just celebrated, or we're still celebrating, our wedding anniversary getaway. We've just spent 3 awesome days in Amsterdam and we're headed to Paris. But before we spend 3 days in Paris, we're going to go ahead and make a stop at a very special place. And we're going to Antwerp, Belgium. And why are we going there?
In World War II, my grandfather was an MP during the 175 days of the V2, V1 bombings of Antwerp. So we're gonna hit the church. We're gonna try to see if we can find the barracks and get some more information out of them.
You believe the barracks were at a church at the time?
No, I think he was stationed at a port, because he was a port company, so it was 305 Port Co. So those port codes were protecting the only viable port that the Allies had in World War II after Chambord, I think.
Let me tell you, last night, as we're prepping to go to Belgium, we did a lot of historical research. We watched videos, the black and white videos, the V1, V2 bombings, and how in that time span that his grandfather was there were 2,000 bombings.
It was 3,200 actually.
I was blown away. On top of the fact that there's some other facts and details that he knows about his father, how his grandfather, and we're talking about his father's father.
Yep.
This is a paternal grandfather.
Dad.
And what is his name?
His name is Mieczyslav, but it's Mike. They call him Mike.
Mike, Mieczyslav.
Mieczyslav. Or Mieczyslav, but they don't do laws.
Krol.
Right. Like me.
Mike or Mel? Mel?
It was Mel after World War II because he liked the baseball player Mel Ott, so he wanted.
Really?
Yeah, because nobody could say Mieczyslav. Who could say Mieczyslav, right? So he was a Polish gentleman, so 100%.
That's so cool. I am so excited about getting to know more about your family and the history. And like I said, there's just so many different things that I've said to myself, I'm so glad that his grandfather's life was preserved so many times. The bombing in the cinema, which maybe we'll see Cinema Rex.
Cinema, we're gonna look for that. I don't know if he was there or not, but we've seen some information that there were a lot of soldiers in that cinema.
Yes.
And the reports of soldiers.
He may have gone to help with debris, and we just don't know.
We don't know enough.
But we'll see what we find out while we're there. So we're about to take a train and spend the day in Belgium, and this is gonna be our historical day. And we want you to come along with us. I'm so glad that God preserved his life, because otherwise this man would not be here and we wouldn't be celebrating a wedding anniversary.
True enough.
So Amsterdam, you are amazing. Your beautiful colors, your buildings, the canals, the food, the romance. But now we're gonna go on a history trip. Come along, we got a train catch.
We do.
We got a train to catch. Let's go.
We made it to the train. As confusing as it was, we made it.
No signs anywhere.
No signs. Doesn't say my platform. It doesn't say first class. You have to read this tiny little box to see if you're on the right point. Still don't even know, but it's going to Antwerp, so we don't care.
We still don't know if we're on the right point.
Yeah, kick me off.
Airplane, train. We still don't know. Okay.
Before, when my grandfather, I'm gonna call him Mike, when Mike graduated high school, he joined the army. And it was in 37 or 38. Can't remember. I think it was 38. Anyway, so he goes through basic training. He gets transferred out to Pearl Harbor. So he's there at Pearl Harbor. He wasn't an MP yet. He was just your standard, average ship loader and unloader. And he was at Pearl Harbor all the way up until 2 weeks before December 7th, 1941. He was literally 2 weeks before Pearl Harbor attack, the attack on Pearl Harbor. He was in Alcatraz loading and unloading supplies for the army onto cargo ships, container ships.
He got called to do that right before
Yep.
the bombing.
Yep.
How wild is that?
So he missed Pearl Harbor. Now, after that, 41, he was stationed in the United States for the 2 to 3 years before D-Day. We don't know what he was doing. Like, I have no clue what his job was, where he was, like even which fort he was in. But he was in the United States until D-Day. So it's amazing. Like just the little things
his
that
life was preserved.
It's like the little things that happened that kept him out of harm.
Yes.
Because he made it through World War II. He made it.
And he lived
And he
to
went
be
through
how old?
63, I think. He was 63.
63?
He passed away of diabetes.
That's still
So he
young.
had diabetes, yeah. It was really young. But he was a very thin, tall, thin gentleman.
We're talking about his Polish side of the family. World War II. And he survived all of this. Okay, so we're on the train. And we'll see you when we arrive in Antwerp.
Correct.
Oh, is that what that is right over there?
Yes.
Ooh, let me show them what that looks like.
Yeah, flip it around.
It's amazing, honey. You think it was stationed there?
No, I don't. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So behind me is the Cathedral of Our Lady. This is one of the center points in Belgium. It didn't get too much damage during the attacks by the Germans in World War II, even though there was over 3,000 V2s and 1s dropped on Belgium at the time. It stayed pretty much intact, only a little bit of damage on the other side. When the English took over, the commander Montgomery asked for Allied forces in assistance in Antwerp to secure the port. What happened was lots of tech groups called port companies were imported into Antwerp to protect the port itself. And my grandfather was part of that as an MP.
So the reason that the Our Lady Cathedral of Our Lady was so important was after the 175 days, they recognized that the MPs, the soldiers that worked on the port, went through the same thing that they did. We even assisted them, so they gave them all basically a plaque that stated their appreciation. So my grandfather got one because he made it through. He made it through D-Day. He made it through the 175 days. But imagine 100 B2s in one day. And he went through that for 175 days straight. It's amazing.
B2 bombs. Do you think soldiers were in here at all?
Yeah.
For anything? For what?
If they were Catholic, I guarantee you that this is a Catholic church, so they were
were
probably
praying.
had services here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a gorgeous thing.
gonna go buy stuff. I'll be right back.
It is raining, but not raining like bad. It's just drizzling. So I put my little Amsterdam hat that I got. And we're gonna get I Love Antwerp, one of these for his office, because his office has like really cool stuff. And right behind me, while he gets some souvenirs, we just left the church. There is a marathon happening. There are people running right there. There's music. Look at the church back there. That's another church. Some kind of building. I think I need to find out what that is. So we cannot forget that, oh my God, I just saw a Ferris wheel, real big. Is that what you call it? Yes. This is the chocolate, like, capital of the world. So we're about to have some yummy chocolate. And of course, I kept telling him, there's so many waffle places here. And he's like, duh, Belgian waffles. Is that a Ferris wheel? What is that all over
That's
there?
a Ferris wheel, and the marathon's going on today. It's April.
There it is.
We've got the marathon.
Yeah, it's right.
That's all the music.
There's music.
That's for the runners.
They're keeping the runners hype.
And warm.
Did you get your...
No, not yet. There's some cups in there. I want you to see. Coffee mugs.
All right, let's go inside.
let's go.
I can't wait to have some chocolate.
He came back with the vengeance. I heard in World War II they painted a lot of the gold black so you couldn't see it from the sky. I think I learned a lot. Took some nice videos. It'll be good. Hey,
Yes,
it'll be
we
good.
learned a lot.
Yep.
And I think we did our own like research looking in
Yep.
YouTube.
And I have plenty of information.
Google.
I have plenty more.
Yes, so we're going
I
to
can
go
tell
see
you
your dad
Yep.
very soon.
Very soon.
In August.
In August, yep.
And we'll have a lot to share with him. And you bought him a really nice...
Little souvenir from Antwerp. It's pretty.
where his daddy was.
And my grandpa was his daddy, Mikey.
I love this so much.
Isn't
Thank
it
you all
fun?
for watching our little history lesson of what your grandpa's name is again.
Mieczyslaw, or Michael, or Mel. Last name Krol. He's awesome. He was awesome.
Your family's pretty amazing.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons why I married you.
Yeah, we're pretty
You're
cool.
intriguing family.
We's awesome.
You're an
We's awesome.
intriguing man.
I get that from my grandfather.
All right, guys. Now let's go back to the hotel. We got some chocolate because you can't come to Belgium and not get chocolate. So
Yeah,
we're
that
gonna,
and waffles. That'll be tomorrow
yes,
morning.
and we'll get waffles in the morning. And then we're heading to France. To Paris.
Daddy.
And get a croissant.
Oh,
love
not just
you.
one, but 30.
Yes.
And French bread too, of course. Bye, guys.